Welcome to the A60 Show. A60 is back in the building, as you already know. I need for all my friends and family to subscribe to my Chopping It Up with A60 YouTube channel. Also, everybody that's on here, please like and share the content. I appreciate it. This is going to be awesome for a lot of reasons. Before I get into who's coming onto the show, I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family for the text message, DMs, um, just all the messages on Facebook, everything when dealing with my family, the passing of my mom's. She actually passed away in November, um, but we're here right now. She passed away in November. We actually having a memorial for her this Saturday from 4 to 7, St. Albans, Queens, and I will release that information to everybody. Those who want to come by, say, support your boy. But other than that, we're here. What up? What up to my family who's logging in? Matt, Dave, what up? Can't really see who else is in there, but I know I got 5 in the building. Big bro Darren, what up? Yo, Friday, turn up, baby. See ya. I want to say thank you to everybody, man. I really appreciate that. It's been an emotional week for me personally, but you know what? I'm staying strong. I'm staying positive, and I'm back trying to give you guys that great content like A60 is supposed to bring to the friends and family. Also, I got some things going on. I got a lot of things going on coming down the pipe. Got some basketball interviews, got some software interviews. I'm doing a great interview this Thursday at the Elite Learners, 7 p.m., 4517 Avenue D. I'm doing a coach's corner, Chris Legree. I'm smiling. I got Chris Legree. I got Tony Cherry. I got Vinny Williams. I got Douglas Woodinfield. And I got my guy, Norm. They're all going to be sitting down. We're going to be chopping it up, talking about Kingston Park, St. John's, softball in general, Brooklyn, Queens, tournaments, Hall of Fame. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts. That's going to be a great interview. And I'm doing that all at Elite Learners Center, 4517 Avenue D, this Thursday, 7 p.m. Please pull up if you're available to pull up. I don't need 1,000 people. I just want to show some love to anybody that's willing to pull up while I'm in town doing these interviews. I got another surprise interview that I'm doing before I leave too, not just that one, but I'm gonna let y'all see that. I'm gonna release that later. But it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a great weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Tonight we have one of the Fab Five greats, Mr. Jimmy King, joining us shortly. I know he's behind a little bit, but you know what? He'll jump on and we're going to have a great conversation. I'm looking forward to that conversation with him. I had some questions, some personal questions, and we already talked about that earlier offline, but I'm looking forward to him joining my podcast and my show. Also, we're going to be doing in July, you already know, July 8th, we're doing free haircuts for the kids in the community. July 9th, we're doing a Jersey party. I'll be checking out a location while I'm down there. July 10th is the Kingston Park reunion softball game. I need for everybody to turn out for that. It's going to be great. I definitely need for everybody right now that's on, please do me a favor. Share the live. Share this live right now. I got 6 of you that's on. Please share this live. Okay, I would appreciate that. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel. chopping it up with A60. I will appreciate that. Shout out to my guy, Phoenix Apparel, my boy Pop, the sponsor of A60. Shout out to my guy Alex, the original A60 logo. We doing it big. I got a lot of people who's helping me. Shout out to Renee. I appreciate you, mama. Thank you for stepping up, helping me get this permit for what we doing? Helping me get this permit for Kingston Park. I really appreciate you. Thanks, Dan. Amanda, I see you. I hope you bring them dishes because I'm coming to eat. Just letting you know right now. So, but it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to coming home. I miss being home. I really do. I really do miss being home. I miss seeing my brothers and families. I don't think we should never give flowers away when people are gone. I think you should give them to them while they're here. If you still have your mom and dad with you, grandparents, please give them a hug, call them, say you love them. You know, I'm telling you, I don't have my grandparents or my parents with me, but I have a lot of aunts and uncles. I have a lot of big brothers that's been here supporting me from day one, and I mean heavy supporting me. My softball family's been supporting me. My baseball family, my basketball family has been supporting me. And I just want to say thank you, and I love you all. And that's why I continue to do this for you guys. And I'm going to keep doing this as long as I'm here. And I'm going to grow and get better. As you see, I try to make a few changes. I will. I just didn't use it today because I want to make sure I get it done right before I actually do it. So I hope once Jimmy gets on, everybody got questions, because I want you to ask some questions, and I'm going to try to get to everybody as best as I can because I told them, people are going to ask you questions. They're going to ask. I already, like I said, I talked to him offline. So he's a great guy, great personality, so I'm really looking forward to having this conversation with him, on my platform. I'm really looking forward to that. So everybody, again, if you think there's somebody out there you would like for me to interview, don't have to have a name. Maybe they want to just promote something. I'm more than willing to help out any way I possibly can. I know we got a lot of friends and family who have clothing lines. I got my niece, Quasia, she got her clothing line, UNE. I got my nephew with his clothing line, Dirt Bomb, so I got another brother who's doing Guardsville. I got a lot of family out there with clothing line. I got a lot of people. I will ask that question, D. I will ask that question. Definitely. Definitely will ask that question. Just remind me, but I definitely will ask that question. You know. Y'all know what question I'm gonna ask him. Y'all already know what I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him, what the hell was Chris Webber thinking when he called that child out? So y'all already know I'm asking him that question. You already know I'm asking that question. But um, he got a lot of stories. I know that. So if you got people out there you think I should interview, please have them reach out to me, DM me. I'm very open. I'm open. This is your platform, the community, the family, the friends. This is your platform. Hey, I'm not here without you. Without that push, I'm not here without you. You guys pushed me to be here. So why not open it up for everybody? You don't got to be a superstar to be on my platform at all. You don't need to be no superstar. We're trying to build relationships. If it wasn't for this platform, there's a lot of people who are doing things behind the scenes. I got Regina now doing stuff with Phoenix Apparel. James, what up? Foof, what's goody? So I got a lot of people that's working together now because of being interviewed on this platform. So I like that. I appreciate that. So Regina's doing big things. My man Pop's doing big things. Got a lot of good people that's going on. So, like I said, this is just a warm up before the build up. And then we're gonna turn on. I know people like, what is it? Warm up before the build up? Yeah, this is just a warm up. We're just getting the table setting. before he jumps in here. I want to make sure y'all know he's in the building, and I know when he's in the building. So once he get in the building, then, we can go ahead and act a fool. You know what I'm saying? And then we go from there. So just keep that in mind when we do that. So everybody knows what's going on. Who we got in here? The politics of some nice cats not being on the Wingate team. That's a Cavalli situation, Foof. I think a lot of people didn't like Cavalli. That's why they didn't try out for Wingate. I think a lot of people didn't try out. So that's why they didn't, go rock with them. You see what I'm saying? So, again, I was at Wingate for 2 years and I didn't play. I didn't play because of Cavalli. I'm just being honest. I couldn't stand that dude. I still can't stand that dude. But that's just me and my opinion. In all honesty, Coach Newman, Mr. Ryder, those are my guys all day, every day. Those are my guys. I know everybody had somebody else. So those have always been my guys. So we're gonna just do it from there. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody understand that? So yeah. So but yeah, I mean, like I said, we're just waiting for him to log on, and then we can just we can move in. We can get in from there. We can go in, and once he pops in, then I know it's go time. But I need everybody to come out to my event, man. We got the Jersey party, July 9th. We got the Kingston Park reunion, July 10th. We got the red carpet. Everything's starting at 11 o'clock. Got music. Bring your grills. Bring your garbage bags if you're grilling so you can clean up after yourself. Please do all that. That's whatever area you in, bring your own grills. No vendors are allowed. That's what's stipulated in the permit. So if you're doing something outside the park, I have no say in that. But if you're doing something inside the park, the cops are going to get you chased away. I will be setting up the A60 Foundation, so where all donations will go to that A60 Foundation. So you guys will know what's going on with that. I think that's going to be a beautiful thing. Beautiful. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I got some new things that I'm going to present, some new A60 gear. It's going to be coming out soon. Y'all need to jump on that ASAP. So it's going to be good. So what else is going on? I see my Yankees are not doing too good, but it's only April. Uh, Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh, we got some. My Yankees not doing too well, but I don't want the Mets fans to get a big head because it's only April. Championships are not won in April; they won in October. So, going into November. So we got to keep that real too. So hopefully it all works out for the better. So I'm just waiting for him to log on. I apologize if he's not on time. So I do apologize for that. Please excuse me. But I'm pretty sure he'll be logging on pretty soon. So just give me a few minutes. I'm checking to see where he is. And just want to make sure where he's at. But let's talk about the Knicks. Everybody tried to count the Knicks out, though. The Knicks are looking good. The Knicks are looking real good. I like them. I know everybody gun ho on Brooklyn. I know everybody is really gun ho on Brooklyn. I'm cool with it. Am I sold with it? Nah, but all right. He said he's getting on right now, so we'll see. But yeah, I like Brooklyn, but yeah, I know I ain't rocking with Brooklyn like that. I'm Brooklyn. I've been a Knicks fan since Rod Strickland and Mark Jackson was in the backcourt. Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Xavier McDaniel. John Starks era. That's who I go back with. Mason. So I go back with those guys. That's who I rock with. Yeah, Knicks back then was good money. You know what I'm saying? Knicks back then was good money. Like you knew what you was going to get with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? When you get with the Knicks, you already knew what it was when you got with them. When you got with anybody else, do y'all like the way basketball is played now, or do y'all like basketball back in the 80s and 90s? What do y'all prefer? Me, I prefer that 80s and 90s era. I like the physicalness. I love the physicalness. I love the aggressiveness, the defense. Defense was yeah, yeah, yeah. The defense was better, man. These dudes don't play defense. These dudes shooting 300 threes, 400, 600 threes in a year. If you was doing that you wasn't doing that in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, man. These dudes don't play no D. They play that phantom D. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even make sense for them to play that D that they playing. Like I didn't even understand that. If y'all know what I'm saying. Like, hold on 1 second, everybody. Give me 1 second. Everybody I know you can't see me. That's okay. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get something situated real quick. Yeah, everybody just be a little patient with me. Please be a little patient. Please be a little patient with me. Yeah, everybody just be a little patient. I apologize. Just trying to make sure everybody's set up. Yeah, because everyone is friendly. Yeah, everybody is friendly, nice. Everybody go hang out, go on vacation. You know, they do a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't remember no big shooting threes back in the days. I don't remember it. I just don't remember no big shooting threes. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the first big man who was actually shooting jumpers was that Patrick Ewing. I mean, I could be wrong, but y'all help me out. 80s and 90s. Yeah, 80s, 90s is definitely classic. What's up, Denise? How you doing? Rough Riders. Hope you had a good time out there for DMX celebration. I know that was dope. Yeah, now you play a little aggressive D, they give you a tech foul or you get suspended. You can't be aggressive no more. Bill Cartwright shot a jump shot? Was that a jump shot? That thing was ugly. Bill Cartwright had the ugly shot. Played for my Knicks, but he had an ugly shot. So I'm good. I'm good. Alvin Adams and Dave Collins shot outside. Okay. Reg, was their jump shots respected though? Like Patrick Ewing's? Like was their shot respected to where you knew they were gonna shoot those jumpers? Or was it just a situation where, they just pulled up? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. In the 80s and 90s, well, it's two different eras, of course. Two different eras. In the 80s, who was one of the best defensive guards in the 80s? And who was the best defensive guard in the 90s? I think in the 90s, I would say Gary Payton. He shot the skyhook. Yeah, but was that really a jump shot? The glove. The glove was a problem. Alvin Robinson. Okay. Respect. Oh, respect. I respect Alvin. Yes, sir. Respect him. Great defense. Yep. I'm trying to think. Joe Dumars was a good defender. Joe Dumars was a great defender. Mike played some D too. Mike locked a couple of guys up. Isaiah played some D. Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson was a good shooter too. Sidney Moncrief. Yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all pulling out some old school names. I like that. hold on, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Make sure I get it okay. All right, we good now. Yeah, Sydney. Yeah, y'all putting out some old school names now. Agreed. He had some good hands, man. And he wasn't intimidated. Clyde Drexler in the 70s? Clyde Frazier. Am I saying that right? Bruce Bowen. Yeah, he was good. Grant Hill was okay. Grant Hill was okay. Yeah. That was one thing. When I played basketball, they said I had pretty good, my hands were pretty quick. So, and they said my hands was pretty quick. So I was able to poke everything out. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to click on. Now that's one person I don't think get a lot of respect. Rodman. I agree, Reg. He doesn't get as much respect as he should. Yeah, I think Rodman was good all day. Yeah, defense win games. Yeah, yeah. When I played, my hands was picking your pocket like crazy. It was crazy. I was so low to the ground because I'm so little. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It just depends, Reg. He might have do 1 through 5. He might have been at 1 through 5. You know. Um, if you really needed him, I think we having some technical difficulties, everybody. So please bear with me. I apologize for the wait and the hold up. I'm just trying to make sure everything is okay. So please bear with me. Um, I agree. I don't think they can keep up with a guy like him. Norm Van Leer. I've never heard of him, Reg. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be ready. Just need him to click on that. Oh, okay. There go to Brody. All right, we're not gonna hold up too. We're not gonna hold. I know Kurt. I know Curtis. Yeah. I know you about to get him. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce a legend in the basketball world, one of the Fab Five greats. Had the opportunity to meet this man in person, talk to him, chop it up. Genuine brother. He's doing a lot of great things, not just in Detroit, but he's trying to do some things in Dallas. And I'm looking forward to working with this brother. Um, I hope y'all brought your questions to the table. I'm thankful to have met him. You know, we got a brotherhood because we know the same group of people. So I'm definitely blessed to have him on the A60 Show. Everybody, please show some love to Mr. Jimmy King.
What's going on, my brother?
What's up, family?
What's happening? What's happening? Sorry it took me so long to get on, man. That first link was bold.
Oh, it was bold. That's why I said, look, let me send him this link so he'll know what's going on, man.
No, I'm just messing with you, bro.
What's happening? I just want to say I appreciate you for giving me your time, your day, your energy. I know you're a busy man, and I wanted to give you your flowers. You know, I know a lot of people don't give you the flowers that you deserve, but growing up as a young kid playing basketball, you was one of my favorites, and I'm glad that I actually get a chance to sit and talk with you, and I'm thankful and blessed to know you as a friend and eventually to be working with you. So, my friend, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, thank you for that, man. You know, a lot of times we don't get the flowers when we're above ground. So thank you for that love, and thank you for having me. You know, we do have a lot of mutual friends. I look forward to working with you. You know, helping the youth. Really, that's what it's about. You know, giving back to the community in which we, grew up in and were familiar with.
Now, I'm gonna go in real quick, man. Where are you originally from? Because you in Dallas, Detroit. I'm trying to figure something out. Like, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from South Bend. I'm a Hoosier. Okay. I'm a Golden Domer, Notre Dame kid. I grew up in the backyard of Notre Dame. You know, my great grandmother's house on the east side. You know, standing out on the roof, you could see the Golden Dome in the distance and touchdown Jesus and all of that. Mm-hmm. But that gave me the familiarity with Michigan. So, you know, that was really an introduction to Michigan for me is through Notre Dame.
Okay, so I know you went to high school in Dallas. How did that come apart? How did you come being in Dallas and going to Plano East?
So when I was young, my father's job was transferred. He worked for Indiana Bell, and they were transferring him. He had two choices. One choice was to Dallas, and the other was to Denver. So we chose Dallas because it was closer to the Bend. So that's how we ended up in Dallas. And
okay,
yeah. So when we got here, there were some friends. You know, they ran into, because we were living in the city. We were in Dallas. And they ran into some friends who lived in Plano, and they, obviously being parents, they told them how good the educational system is out here, it's up and rise. Because back then, when we moved out here, it was country, straight, black dirt, soil, farmland. You know, it was the place where you and I hang out,
right?
Avenue,
right.
On that corner used to be a one light. It was a one.
Oh, word!
That corner used to be a one side. So if you could imagine, that's how that's what it was like. That's how much it's progressed since then. So yeah, we've been here since 78, I believe, 78.
Oh man! So when did you start getting into basketball?
Oh, that was almost instantaneously coming from Indiana. You know, that's the basketball, one of our basketball states in the United States, Northern Indiana in particular. But, I had older brothers who played. My father played. My mom played sports. All my uncles, so the game of basketball was just one of the sports, because growing up back then, we played everything. We wrestled. We played baseball, football. So, ran track, did it all.
Now, I know, because I hear it a lot, you was the man out here in Dallas. You was the man in Plano. That was one of the things that I heard coming out here. Hey, Jimmy King. So Plano East, what was it like playing at Plano East at that particular time? You know, like was it any other competition out there? You the man?
Oh, it was plenty competition. We you know, Plano is known for its football talent, its football ability, not its basketball. So I see my point guard, you know, on the feed in here, Curtis Rogers. Yeah, I see my boy out there. What up?
You see it, Kurt?
What up, June? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, our goal was to, you know, put basketball on the map. We grew up together, his cousins, my brothers, our fathers drug us around, or we were really riding their coattails all around the city when they played at all the local, you know, hoop places. So he and I grew up together, you know, dribbling the ball, learning from them, getting beat up every day. But yeah, so for us, putting Plano on the map was for basketball was important to us.
Now I'm gonna ask you this question. I know that's big bro, you know, that's uncle. Could he play ball? Curtis is gonna talk his trash.
Who? Curtis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't want to know because he be talking trash. No, he be talking.
Oh no. See, he's prolific and talking trash too.
Okay.
See, that was the thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to be able to ball and talk in their ear. You know, that's why I was just an extension when, you know, going to Michigan. People didn't know that I talk junk too. Like I didn't have to really do it so openly because everybody else did. I was the one. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I could just sit back in the cut and then just, you know, jab them, you know, and then jump back in the cut. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, oh, I don't have to be in the forefront anymore. So yeah, it was a pretty smooth transition. But yeah, we grew up, you know, cross tracks, you know, on the east side. That's what it's about. You gotta be able to, you know, back it up.
Definitely. Now, I do know that you was an All-American coming out of Dallas. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And you had your options. And I know being that an Indiana person, why didn't you go to the University of Indiana? Like, why did you choose Michigan? Because, you know, that's the question. Why did you choose Michigan out of all the other schools?
Well, for me, it came down to the marriage between academics and athletics, and Michigan's reputation worldwide. When you see the Block M, and when other alumni see, you know, that Block M, you know, people resonate and they recognize it. So that was important to me, is the long-term branding and long-term, you know, connections that I'll be able to use, you know, as an adult. That was important to me. Indiana, at that time, you know, Bob Knight was the head coach. Me coming from, you know, the city, you know, some of those tactics didn't appeal to me. So early on, when they were recruiting me, you know, even though I'm an Indiana home, you know, boy, I told them early on. There was a couple of programs early on that I knew I wasn't going to be a part of, and that was Indiana and Duke.
Why you said you said Duke and looked away? What's up with that?
Only because like, to me, like growing up, being a college basketball fan, I wasn't fans of the program. I couldn't relate to what I perceived as that style of basketball and coaching. But come to find out, once you go up against them, you realize it's something different. So I respect Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight is really a good friend of mine and a good mentor. You know, I know he's done some questionable things throughout his career, but personally, and when it comes to me one-on-one, I could say he's a good guy.
Are you talking about Bobby Knight or Bobby Hurley?
Bobby Knight, the head coach for Indiana University.
Indiana. Now, what other schools you had looking at you besides? I know Indiana, that was guaranteed. I already knew that. But what other schools you had looking out for you? Anything on the East Coast? No, Georgetown couldn't have locked you up and nothing like that. Nobody could get you over there.
I see. Well, at that time, you know, I was one of the top guards, the number one big guard in the country. So I was being recruited by everybody. I I got a letter from every school in the country. So narrowing it down, my first like narrowed down was literally a top 20. And that's a lot of schools. That's a lot of schools to wait. Hold on, man. Hold on, man.
I got you. They know you on. They're going at you. I bet I got to do a brief information talk about why they knocking on my door. Y'all got some questions in there, man? Just get some questions going. I know my man D got some questions. Let me try to go back to your question, D. I'm going to get there in a minute, D. Just give me some time, brother.
Sorry, they selling cable door to door.
Oh wow! Look, your boy,
that was Spectrum Cable.
Oh,
they said Frontier just went out of business 2 months ago.
So now they're trying to get locked up.
I had a heart to tell her I got Fire Sticks.
Oh, right. I don't need no cable. I just need internet service.
I ain't paying $300 a month. Beat it.
Okay, I got you. We got some questions in here before I keep going in there. I'm going to ask you some questions. I still got my own questions, but I see you all the time. I ain't worried about that. you family, so I ain't worried about that. But I know I got one guy in here. He said, my good friend said, "How was it like playing, against Bobby Hurley, and how is he in person? Like, how was that?"
Playing against Bobby in person, watching them play against UNLV when I was in high school, one of my all-time great teams. I always wonder, I was like, how is this, this slow, white kid, out here being so effective? I mean, I know he got, good teammates and he might be well coached, but, it just don't look like he's athletic enough to, really do anything effectively. But facing him one-on-one, I quickly learned that it's more, there are more intricacies involved in the game. He's more savvy, than he appears. He has a very high level IQ. So like playing him, you realize quickly, like, oh, you really got to be on your game. You can't just mess around and knock a ball loose here or let it fumble into your. Nah, they're very disciplined, heady, smart, and more skilled than you would believe. So playing against him was a lot of fun. I love talking as much trash as possible to him, but he wouldn't engage back. Rarely. Christian is usually the one that was talking the most.
I'm surprised at that.
Oh yeah, no, Christian is like Larry Bird.
Right. Okay.
A lot of trash, whole lot of trash. But yeah, that's that's the deal with Bobby. But in person, he's a great guy, just like Christian. People are really surprised when they see us out together. They kind of do a double take, like, how are y'all even hanging out? But we're good friends and we respect each other, and we kick it every now and then.
Oh, no question. I appreciate that. One of my other guys said, with Juwan's success at Michigan, will Fab Five get they just due and their banners back? Because that's always been a big question for me, for you guys not to be forgotten. And I think that's a question. Now that he's there, success is running high. Would you guys, get y'all just due?
Yes, and I believe it would have happened this past year without the pandemic. Has delayed it. We've been doing a lot of back channeling, and everything is looking good. And of course, we're going to support Juwan. The first initial thought is to for Juwan to be successful. And he's, really proved, so far that he's the man for the job. He has the #1 recruiting class coming in off of, a Elite Eight season and a broken up season, which is a testament to his coaching ability. So
definitely.
An extension to that, because honestly, if they would have made it to the Final Four, you would have seen us there.
No doubt.
And as far as the banners go, we've been working on something for years, and I believe that ultimately it'll be a banner with our numbers in black and gold.
That's what I want. That makes sense for me as a fan growing up in that era. That's all I know. My other question to you is, was you the first guard recruited to Michigan when y'all did that before they got Jalen, or they already had those guys and then they brought you in? How was that process?
We were all going through it at the same times, but I was the first to commit. Actually, Juwan was the first to commit. I was the first guard to commit. So yes, while we were all, pretty much going through the process. Oh, and to go back to the question you asked me about recruiting,
okay,
when I went back to 20, dropped it to 20, eventually I got it to 5. And the 1 was Georgetown.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So one of my top 5s that I took an official visit to was Georgetown. The others was Kansas, Kentucky, and Notre Dame, and Michigan. So that was my 5.
Kick those other 3 out. Georgetown and Michigan.
No doubt. And I love Coach Thompson.
Yeah,
he was the man. And at that time, I just had a hard time really seeing him changing his coaching style from like the big man style to a guard-oriented offense, because at that time, Mourning was still there and Mutombo.
That's tough.
So I was like, I don't know, Coach, but I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I ran into him in Vegas a couple of years ago, and on the strip, and he stopped me and we rapped for a minute, and then he paused, and typical, John Thompson style, he was like, "You should have chose Georgetown, shouldn't you?" And I looked at him, and I was like, "Yeah, Coach, maybe." And he was like, "Yeah, it would have worked out different for you, wouldn't it?"
Oh, wow.
He tried to tell me I'd have been AI before AI. Me and AI might have been in the same backcourt.
That would have been crazy. You and AI in the backcourt. That would have been different. But would your style of play, knowing how you play, would have fit with Georgetown with those big men?
Absolutely, because the reality of that, or how I thought that may have gone, is I would have been the lead guard. I would have been the go-to guard. They would have been setting screens for me, even though I think it would have been more fluid, whereas it wouldn't be such of a methodical type of way where I'm just staying with the ball over my head. I think it would have been more slashing and cutting, like we seen with AI do when he got there. So I think it would have worked out, but we had some fun with the fab.
I know you did.
We had some fun with the fab. And the one thing about the fab is y'all didn't even see the best ball.
Exactly.
Practice was the best.
I can imagine what practice was looking like, beating each other up in those practices. I know what that smoke was looking like in there. A lot of people want to know, where is Ray Jackson? Where is that guy?
Ray Money is down in Austin with his beautiful wife and his family, his 2 sons and his daughter. He's always out in the community, a natural teacher, a natural coach. He's down in Austin, Texas, in his home roots.
Okay. Now, and I know I asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you this on camera. Are you going to eventually be one of the assistant coaches over there at Michigan?
you know, that's all you want. And like I said, right, I'm not putting pressure on. I wouldn't want to put any pressure on Juwan to think he has to hire any of us or me particularly. You know, I know he has an idea of what he wants, obviously, and he's done that. And our job is to be supporters. Like, I have no desire to be there. You pretty much handcuffed, in that system. I'd rather be able to touch a lot of kids in my own volition. For instance, I have a company called Ncaa Champions, and we help kids transition from high school to college. So I would be able to offer, our student athletes and families that opportunity coaching.
Is Ncaa Champions like a network where people send you their film and information and you go out and talk to the coaches for them and stuff like that? Can you explain that?
No, what we do is we educate the families on how to become recruit material. So there's a lot of information that is convoluted. A lot of people don't really understand what they're looking at. They might even know the recruiting process steps, but they don't know the correct order. So we help and assist them and put them in the right position so that they can get to the school or college that they, want or that they desire. Because, a lot of times, like one of the reasons why I started the company with my partner, Ncaa Beauchamp and Melissa Sampe, is because I've witnessed a lot of players who didn't have an advocate so they can get to the next level. And I'm not talking just D1, I'm talking Division II, Division III, NAIA, junior college. Like, all of those are viable places and schools to go to if you want to continue playing a sport. Football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball. Those are the main sports, wrestling, that we focus and target on.
Okay. How long you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 5 years. So we are currently revamping the system or upgrading the system to make it, much easier for our customers to use, more intuitive for our customers to use. So we'll be relaunching here soon, April, May.
Okay. Make sure you put that in the comments if you can, so people can reach out to you, all your information. But we'll get that at the end. I just want to make sure people know how to, get in contact with what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Going back to the Fab Five, you originally came in as a point guard. How did it feel when Jalen became the point guard? Like, I didn't understand that. I even told you that. I told you that when I saw you. Like, why wasn't you playing the point, dude?
Yeah, let me tell you how that went down. So, after a couple of weeks of practice, we sitting around, we're talking like, okay, we strategizing, okay, who's going to do what, who fits what the best, who wants to play where, right? Everybody got an idea what they want to do. So when we had the conversation, the fellas came to me, they kind of surrounded me and they were like, hey, Jam, we want you to, play point. And they knew, that, like, I'm a combo. It doesn't matter to me. I play any position. I play center. Don't matter. But I said, why do y'all want me to play point? And they said, well, because, you best ball handler. You can, you can create. You can blah, blah. And I said, okay, cool. Now, I know everybody really want, because I'm gonna make sure everybody get off. That's why they want me to. Make sure everybody get off. But what I envisioned was doing it because we were so advanced. Is really having Jalen play the point like magic, because it's easier for him. He can see over the offense. He can initiate it sooner. Before we get over half court where it's more confined, he could start the offense from a three-quarter court point. And if usually, typically, they got in college, you definitely gonna have a 6-foot guard maybe out there every now and then, and that in itself is going to create a lot of problems. And Jalen, obviously, you know how Jalen's personality is. He took to it right away. For him, it was no convincing, because me and him had already talked about how we're going to work off each other anyway. That's why, like literally the first day in practice, we wrote 1 and 2 on the back of our shoes. After we stole them out the equipment room, we wrote 1 and 2 on some old school Air Forces.
We stole them.
Yeah, we stole them out the equipment room because they were so old school. They was like 86 Air Force, brand new. We like, we want them high tops. Yeah, give us those. So we walked out with those with 1 and 2 on the back, claiming the spot. But intuitively, we knew how we wanted to play, and we knew that we were only going to be as good as he and I were.
Okay. Now, this is my question. What the hell was C-Webb thinking when he called that damn timeout? Did anybody now, I heard different stories. Somebody said it on the bench. Somebody said it somewhere. You in the game. You on the floor. What did you hear? Just ask her.
Well, see, it was said in the timeout before. So it wasn't like, it was being yelled like in the moment. It was already pre-planned, pre-ordered, but that there were no timeouts. But what happened is, I guess in the heat of the moment, he just, he panicked. He went to the corner, because just remember that the game prior against Kentucky, he brought the ball up, snatched the ball off the board, waited for everybody to run the lanes. He take his guy off the dribble, shake him at half court, look back over his shoulder after he shake him and laugh, and then go down and So
yeah. I see what you're saying.
So what happened the next game is, I guess, because what makes me think that, he panicked a little bit is because he dribbled to the corner. Nobody dribbles to the corner.
That corner is the death corner, boy. That's the double team, but without no double team.
But with that being said, right, correct. But with that being said, I honestly think like the answer is what he said. We didn't have any timeouts, and I called it for whatever reason. I called it. That answer lets me know that it's just the heat of the moment, and anything can happen in that moment.
Agreed.
And unfortunately, that happened.
Yeah, it did. What's the, you don't have to answer if you don't want. What's the relationship with you guys now? 'Cause I know a lot of people on here seen that Fab Five story, and he wasn't a part of it, and which kind of threw me for a loop. I know him and Jayla went back and forth, but I know you guys are brothers no matter what. What's the relationship with C-Webb?
Right now, like I said, everybody is talking, everybody is supporting Juwan, everybody, we're in a group text, we text often, we check on each other, we support each other's success. So the communication, like I said, at this point would have been, if COVID haven't come down, I believe you would have seen the 5 of us together this year. I think it's, since been pushed down the road, but eventually I believe you'll see us 5 together. So the brotherhood, like you said, is alive. We still, even though we fight and from the outside looking in, I can just tell you that it's worse looking in.
Right, no, I get it. Yeah. And we don't know that. So, you guys are the only ones who know that. So
yeah, a lot of that stuff though is just, it's internal. A lot of it's internal. And a lot of it, I could tell you, I believe when facilitated correctly, it'll be squashed.
I can see that. I can see that happen. Definitely. Now, y'all changed everything with the Fab Five. What was the reason for the black shoes, black socks, and like, was that something that y'all went against with the team? Y'all did that, or y'all just said, we just want to be different? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, we wanted to be different. We wanted to aesthetically kind of shock the world too, not just from our play, but from our style. So, so the just remember back in before we came along, if you wore black socks to the black top, you couldn't hoop. It was either you couldn't hoop. Cats that wore black socks usually was the crackhead that came up there that actually could hoop. But overall, you could not hoop if you wore some church socks up there and you slide all over the place in those socks.
You're right, dog. I'm just thinking about it right now.
On the block, if you wore black socks to the black top.
It had to be white socks. It had to be white. You could not wear black. You're 100%
So we
right.
wanted to change the narrative. Yeah, church socks. That's right, June.
You see it.
Yeah. And so we wanted to change the narrative. We like, okay, because first of all, we already knew coming in, just because of the rumblings of, the Fab Five, that they gave us the name of, that being 5 kids from the inner city, we weren't embraced. Like they didn't love us. That's the reason why we made sure that we expressed anytime they put a microphone or we were on TV, it was our duty to show them you can't squash us, you can't hold us, you can't make us conform to your system. Just like wearing the white shoes and the white socks. Okay, cool. We're going to flip that, turn it on his head. We're going to make black socks the deal. So that was our attitude. Our attitude was, you're going to love us or hate us. Either way, yeah. Either way, I'm going to be happy doing what I do. Like, you're not going to stop me now that I'm here at the University of Michigan. I'm not changing anything. This is who we are.
Right. Now, I know there was eventually a situation where y'all all wasn't starting together. When did that change where all y'all had just where Coach Fisher decided to start all 5 of y'all?
His father, well, first of all, I gotta tell this story. I love telling this story just because I just love talking, John. My man Mike Talley, was a starting point guard at Michigan. So I was working my tail off to get that spot. So every day in practice, I'm coming in like it's game time. This is game 7 NBA finals every day. So it got to the point where I was like, dang, man, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I ain't going to be able to, he ain't going to let me start. I'm getting mad. I mean, I may be ending and finishing the games and I'm getting the majority of the minutes, but I ain't starting. So I'm like, damn, he won't let me start. So one day I was like, I have to do something or continue. Every day in practice, I made sure that there was something spectacular that I did to make him, and let him know it, to be like, I should be starting. It got to that point. So every time I do something, I'll be like, I'm a starter, right? And just yell it out. So one day, Mike T had a fast break. Now, he's ahead of everybody. There's nobody in the backcourt. It's a steal. He has about a 10-yard, head start. And he started at half court and I caught him. I took off after him and I caught him. By the time he shot the ball, he tried to shoot it so high and fast, but I had gained so much momentum. I threw the ball. I caught the ball midair and threw it off the backboard and let it bounce all the way down to the other end of the court and then walk off the court and say, practice over.
Oh my God.
So it took days and weeks and months of that to start. But primarily, really, what it was is Coach Fisher's father was sick, and he was on his deathbed, and that whole year he had been telling him to start Ray and me, and eventually, I started. Ray was the last one, so it had been maybe 2 months before Ray was inserted into as the final piece, as the fab into the starting lineup. And that happened primarily because of Coach Fisher's father on his deathbed. His last words were "Start Ray."
Wow.
Start Ray Jackson.
Wow, so, that's crazy.
So yeah, it kind of came down, and ironically, it was in South Bend at home in front of my people. The first game that Ray started was in South Bend, and how that came about. I had them put in a contract to revive the rival between the two schools, because they were like, well, you got to come home, play for Notre Dame. And Michigan was like, if you play for us, we'll do a 1-and-1, a home and home. So that's why we had the back-and-back series my freshman and sophomore year. And our freshman year, we played in Notre Dame, and that was and that was when, Ray started for the first time. And all five of us scored every point. We scored every point.
Oh, my. That's crazy. Was there any animosity with the other guys, with the shine that you guys were taking?
Initially, because they're competitors too. We expect that as well. But again, I think we were a little bit more mature than people gave us, because we recognized that we weren't going to win without them. We had to embrace Eric Riley and Mike Talley and Rob Pelinka and everybody. Those guys had experience. Those guys were all Big Ten players in their own right. Those guys already had a national championship, which people don't really realize. Rob Pelinka and Eric Riley has two of the most underrated basketball careers in history. Rob Pelinka has been to 4 Final Fours and has a national championship.
Wow.
He coached, or he created an agency and became the agent of Kobe Bryant, amongst others.
That's crazy.
Now he's the general manager for the Lakers.
Yeah, that man had moved up, boy.
So Eric Riley, national championship, 4 Final Fours. 3 Final Fours. No, 4 Final Fours, and 2 world championships in the NBA.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
they don't talk about that.
There's not too many guys that have world championships and national or NCAA championships.
Right. You guys went to back-to-back championships. Did you feel like if you didn't win a championship that your career wasn't complete? You had to win?
Yeah, that's what we went for. The
goal
is to win it. The goal ain't to not or come in a second. The goal is to win.
Right, no question.
So yes, for me personally, that was always the is to win a Big Ten championship and ultimately a national championship. And we came close. We came close on them, but we never won it. And the thing about the NCAA, like for me, I don't trip on it, because I know it's one game. You give us a series, you give us a 3-game series, a 5-game series, it's a whole different ball game.
You stayed all 4 years though. Stayed all 4 years. Why didn't you leave when everybody else left?
I should have. And honestly, the talk was coming out of high school is that I was going to leave. And back then, that was unheard of. I was going to jump straight to the league. That was an option, and that was a play. But, our goal was to win a championship, a national championship. And then after our freshman year, had we won it, who knows, we probably would have, jumped in. But that's why we came back the second year because we knew we were going to win it that year. And, you know, that didn't happen. So our junior year was really like the year, like looking back, hindsight 2020 is the year I should have left, because that year they took so many swing players. They took like 27, I think, guards that year. So if it was any year that I should have came out, I think it should have been 94. But I stayed my senior year because I wanted to prove not only to myself, but to everyone, my family, coaches, friends, fans, that I'm just as good as everyone else and we can win it. And we did get to the NCAA championship, but we lost in the second round to Western Kentucky. We were good enough to do it, but we didn't have like the supporting cast that we had with the Fab Five. We just didn't have that type of experience. So it was difficult, you know, for Ray and myself to really carry a young team, because we had a second Fab Five to come through. That's what they called them. And they were all freshmen, great players, just not experienced enough. And we didn't, you know, get over a hump that last game.
Now, I know when you was done, did you have any looks in the NBA? Now, what type of teams do you have? I know Toronto was one of them and Denver's another. You know, what did you have any other teams?
Miami, Phoenix, Milwaukee, Dallas. There were a lot of LA, Lakers. There were a lot of teams that I'm what you call the journeyman. I spent a lot of time, a lot of teams, you know, and that's what it is. And you know, and I recently just, you know, because of everyone, you know, asking me about Juwan and his career, and I took time to really look back at his NBA career. I didn't realize that Juwan I think he spent 12 years doing 1-year contracts.
Oh yeah.
Like 12 years every year doing a 1-year or 2-year deal for like 8 to 12 years. So
well, you know, when I think he got the big money with Washington.
Yeah.
The $100 million.
And
then after that,
ironically, it was supposed to be with Miami. But the league.
That's right. You're right.
But then they said, and then he ended up re-signing with the Wizards or Bullets then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bullets.
Bullets. So he had two $105 million contracts, the first $100 million contract in the NBA.
Was he the first, or was it Glenn Robinson?
No, he was the first.
That's crazy. I didn't know about the 1 year deal, though. That's different.
Glenn, see, Webb, don't sleep. Webb came out and got 70 his first year with Golden State in 93. The next year in 94, Juwan was drafted, and then, 2 years in 96, 97, 3 years after that, he got the $100 million contract.
Jalen signed some big deals too now.
Yeah, Jay signed another. He signed 100 with or close to 100 with Indiana.
I was about to say
with the Pacers. I was down. That's another squad. I was with the Pacers too. I was down there with him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was in Indiana with him. Yeah, we was killing. Like we were destroying. He broke his wrist. His wrist. Whatever. They screwed me over there. I was dragging. No, I'm gonna keep it real. I actually was gonna try to be politically correct, but I was murdered.
No, you don't have to. Not over here. This ain't the political show. You say what you want to say.
No, I'm saying.
Speak your mind, brother.
Yeah.
In college ball, I know it was at that era was different. Different schools was great at that time, and I know you played those certain teams in the championship. Who you felt was the hardest person to guard in college when you was playing?
Big dog, and not because you just said it, and not because you just said it. Big dog averaged 30.
Probably.
He averaged 30. Okay, in a 40-minute game, he averaged 30. That kid could shoot it, get it off the bounce, bang on you. He do it all. He could do it all. The thing about it is what I wish they would let me do. They never would let me start on him. I always had to finish because you always get rolling. I'm like, yo, he's going to get rolling. You know what I'm saying? Just, but anyway,
right. I got
it. But yeah, that's, I take pride in that. I shut down anybody. I knew I could. If I'd have spent the whole game on G-Rob, we probably wouldn't have won a Big Ten championship.
Oh man. Well, listen, I know you got to go. Do anybody got any questions? Any other questions? Because I'm not trying to keep this man on here all night. I know he got things to do. He answered my questions. I'm good. I just wanted to know but I see you all the time. We talk offline, and I'm not going to ask you those questions. We talk offline.
I appreciate those questions. Coming from people like yourself. You have a basketball wealth of knowledge. So if you ask me a question, I know it's not coming from a place of ignorance.
Right.
People just ask you stuff where it's just like, you really don't know what you're talking about. You just kind of regurgitating what you heard, but
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's all love. It's all good. A lot of times though, when people do approach me, ask me, those questions, I don't be politically correct sometimes, and I really tell them the real deal, and they just really don't know how to take it.
Listen, I'll share this with everybody. You told me a story about C. Webb, and I'm like, you need to save that. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that right now. I don't want to hear that one. So that's why I was like, I'm not doing that. You know what that question was. I'm like, nah, I'm not putting that out
that's
there.
What I'm saying. A lot of those stories we keep in house. We got to keep those to the chest, to the heart. That's our brother. I love him. I ain't trying to downplay him, bad mouth him, and vice versa. It's all love.
Yeah, man. Is there anything else you want to share before I let you go, man? Because I'm not going to hold you, brother.
Also, I just appreciate the platform, bro. Let's do this again. Let's have some fun. Talk some more,
All right. One of my guys want me to ask this question. See, this is where the trouble starts. He wants to ask about the Pelinka and Magic. Like, are they on good terms?
As far as I know, no. I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Right.
I would think that after this time, just knowing their personalities, knowing Rob and knowing Magic, they squashed that. They squashed that after they won the championship last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got that out the way. It didn't make no sense to even have that type of beef, knowing, what I'm saying, what's going on. So I agree.
Well, again, there's a lot of things that go on, that, it's just, it's a, personalities clash. A lot of things happen behind the scenes that aren't major. They just become major over time, but when you peel it back and you really, go at it, face to face, man to man, you realize it's not a big deal. Like, we could squash this. We can handle this. We could agree to disagree.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Listen, Jimmy, we got things to do, man. I got to get you in this basketball community. We got to get you in these camps. We got to do some things together. Anytime you got something you want to talk about, my platform is your platform. Anytime you want to do something, you just let me know, brother. You can come on in anytime you want. You deserve your flowers. You was one of my favorite guards coming out of Michigan, not Jalen, C. Webb, or Jawan, or Ray. You was one of my favorite, even though I wasn't 6'5". I was 5'9", but still, just the way you played the games, I just saw that, and the defense, like you talked about, the tenacity. That's what grew me to liking you and your game, and to interview you. I just really want to say thank you. That means a lot. Like, I got my dream. That was it.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for that love. Much respect, bro. Much respect and love. I thank you for giving me you know, those accolades, my brother. That means a lot to me, really.
Definitely, family. Next time I see you, when I get back from New York, I got drinks.
Bet.
All right,
Bet that.
We're going to get the team together. We're going to do our thing, family.
You know what I'm saying? I got the pinky up. I keep the pinky up.
Yeah, no doubt. I see everybody in the building. I see everybody in Rogers in the building.
Doubt.
You know, Curtis
what up,
Brian is in the building. Everybody's in the building.
My brothers right there. Them my original point guards right there. Rod and June, my original. You know what I'm saying? The kid and Junebug. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, you know, they underestimate them. Small in stature, big in heart. Run you over.
Look, now I ain't gonna get 2 words in when we go to Austin Avenue now. Boy,
you gonna get 2 words in anyway. You know they gonna talk to you.
You already know. What
you know
you heard what he said?
That's why I'm so quiet. People want to know why I'm so quiet. I only talk junk when I have to. My crew talk it for me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, Brian, are you still number 3? Are you still number 3, Brian?
Look, they're going back to number 3. Hey, right. no comment. I just want to be in the top 8.
Yeah, they told me the story about the rotation.
I'll do the rest. I just want to be in the rotation.
Oh my God. They already told me the story.
I'm cool with that.
Yo, that is so funny, man. They already told me. Look, one of my homeboys said, "Yo, bring him to New York with you." I said, "We will when we get the camp going. When we get the camp going."
That ain't nothing. Say anytime. You know, I used to go to at least 3 times a year, dog. I got to start getting back. Like, for real. You know, I'm in the city, dog. You know how y'all do up there, dog. I love it. I was going to move there like 3 years ago. I love it.
Oh, wow. Look, Boog said, y'all stop playing. Y'all play too much.
Hey, Boog, I still ain't said nothing, Boog. I still ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Much love. I know who I learned from. I know who was on the courts prior to us. We couldn't get on the court. They wouldn't let us on the court. We had to work our way up.
Too bad you can't play pool, though.
Oh, I got to get on the. Nah, my game is terrible on the sticks. I got to get back on the sticks.
Just like Book. Like my homeboy said.
I got to get back on the sticks. I've been out on the golf course, man. I'm working on my golf game.
That's what I need to get out there and do. I like that. I'm just not good at it, but I love it.
Hey, you're a competitor, right? Of course.
Yes, sir.
I already know. That's a rhetorical question.
You're ready to know. I'm ready.
You'll love golf.
I love it. That's the thing. I still get mad that I can't hit that little white ball as far as I can hit a baseball. It bothers me. It really bothers me.
It's excuse me. It's counterintuitive. That's all. Because we used to strength, like we used to banging. We go like, are we gonna go harder? Like, nah. It's actually the opposite with golf. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you be like, yeah. Nah, you got to relax more. You can't go harder. You got to relax more.
Look, that's our next adventure, no doubt, B.
Oh yeah,
that's our next adventure.
Sure. There it is, right there. Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I got 3 to go see in the next month.
My homeboy said New York got love for you, Jay.
You know I love the city. Much love. You know what I'm saying?
But again, I ain't gonna hold you. I know you got things to do. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for your time. We'll chop it up offline, brother. When I see you, we'll lock up.
Always, bro. You safe.
Appreciate you, family.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jimmy King giving us a little insight on the Fab Five, his career. I just want to say thank you to him. I really appreciate him and his time. Like I told y'all before I got on, good brother, great attitude. He's always been honest and open. Man, let me tell you, the way he is on this interview, that's how we are when we all around. And we were just missing a few more of our brothers, how we get down. My OGs, Bug, Curtis, Roger, my OGs. Those are my guys out here. They take good care of me, guys. They take good care of your New York brother. Those brothers right there take really good care of me. I'm not going to even hold you to that. They do. Reg, I got you. When you come out to Dallas, I'll definitely link you with Jimmy. We do golf. Don't even worry about that. I got you all day. Again, I will see everybody. My next interview will be Thursday, Coach's Corner with Tony Cherry, Chris Legree, Vinny Williams, Douglas, my boy Dougie, and Norm. Be doing that on Thursday. 7 p.m., 4517 Avenue D. If you're in the city, if you're near the area, come through, holla at me. I would love to see my friends and family. I'll be down there again, of course, not on a good moment, but, for my mom's memorial. If anybody's interested in going, hit me up on my DM or text me. I'll send the address out. I really don't want to put it on Facebook. All right. But thank you for everybody that tuned in, everybody that asked questions. I really appreciate you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday when I get to the city. New York for life, Brooklyn for life. Texas is holding me down. A60, Phoenix Apparel. Much love. Peace. I'm out.